What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, turn on post notifications. Today's video, we're going to be dissecting a video that I put on IG November 16th. So that was roughly 2 weeks ago. So it kind of blew up and went viral, went pretty crazy. But we'll get down to the numbers and dissect this a little bit. But first, I'm going to let y'all watch the video and then we'll hop into it.
Well, if that's what you think, let me tell you what I think.
I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy.
Look, I just flipped the switch.
All right, everybody. So you can see by the reel, I had this idea with the sound that I had seen, and I've been on my reel game lately. So I've been really trying to get my Instagram following up. But I put up a funny video that did have some bit of truth in it. A lot of times in the barber industry, we don't want to charge our kids' haircuts cheaper than our adult prices because of instances like you've seen in the video. The types of things you have to deal with. You have to deal with the child moving abruptly. You have to deal with, kids spitting on your cape or wiping their nose with your cape. You got to deal with kids crying and screaming. You got to deal with kids just overall doing a large assortment of things, which I feel kind of should be compensated in a sense. Now, the comments, there was a lot of stuff going on in the comments, but first of all, let's get to the numbers of the video. So on this actual video, it is up to 247,480 views, 5,774 likes, 294 different comments, 5,079 shares, and 610 people saved this. I'm presuming to show this to a colleague or whatever, but those were the numbers and what we got for this specific post. Now, there were some clients or customers or people who aren't barbers that were in this comment section saying a large assortment of things. But for the general consensus of the barber community, a lot of people agreed with this video. They agreed with the idea that kids' haircuts should not be cheaper. Kids' haircuts should be the same as adult prices, or even more in some instances. That's what some people were saying. Now, first off, we'll get to the some of the negative comments. One of the negative comments was, "I think you're just a barber and haircuts should be cheaper, period. I hate you new barbers overcharging." That was one of the negative comments. Okay, this wasn't really a negative comment, but it did have some truth in it. It said, "When I pay for a $25 kids cut from my 6-year-old, I noticed less precision and less attention to detail, but a $40 fade at the same shop gets more." Shaking my head, "Your shop came up with these prices, not the customer. Customer service should be customer service all around, no matter what service it is." Now, I do agree with that statement that regardless if it is a kid, a teenager, an adult, an elderly person, no matter what, you should be trying to distribute the same customer service all the way around the board. Somebody had commented underneath her comment and had put, "If they sit still and his haircut is simple, I charge accordingly. But if it takes as long or longer than a grown man, then definitely got to charge more." So, like I said, the general consensus of the barber community was that we should be charging more or at least equal to. The same lady had responded, "I agree. I'm a hairstylist, so I charge according to the work I put in depending on the client. I also tip very well for my son, especially when the barber is super patient. I have a child policy, like I'm not fighting with anyone's child to get the service done. Unfortunately, we're not a good fit. It's stressful for everyone." So, she sees her being a stylist, she sees the stressfulness in cutting kids. And when she had said that $25 for a kid's cut. So I noticed that when kids cuts are cheaper, there is going to be a lot less detail in the haircut. Simply being, it's hard to put as much detail as you put into an adult client that you do into a kid client. But me personally, I do have some kid clients who sit very still. I am able to detail their haircut. I use the razor on them, and they're under 10 years old. But they've been, I don't want to say trained, they've been accustomed to being in the chair for years and years. A lot of times, people will bring their kid in for their first haircut at like 6 years old, and this place is foreign to them. And of course, every barber in the shop that I work at is very understanding, very, attentive to the client's needs. but overall you're not going to get the same haircut that an adult would in that shop, because it's just there's more adversity that you have to go against. There's more things that get in the way of you being able to detail the haircut as much as you can. You know, if you sat there and tried to detail that haircut to the point of an adult's cut, you'd be there for an hour and a half, 2 hours to get a haircut done. And in that time, you could have done 3-4 adult haircuts and made way more money than trying to do that kid's haircut. So I get what, you know, some of the people in the comment section were saying, and I don't get some of the things they're saying. So all right, back to the comment where the man had said, I think you're just a barber and haircut should be cheaper, period. I hate you new barbers overcharging. So my general consensus is that a lot of people think that haircuts should be $20 for an adult, $15 for a kid in 2022, which I think is outrageous, because inflation has gone up so much in the past 5 years. Now we're talking people wanting prices to be the same for the past 20 years. I can't comprehend that. There was a person in the comments that detailed the expenses that go on behind the chair and different things that we have to pay for as a professional. So the comment was from Costas_hairstylist. They said, let's say something here for all the people who say I do my own hair, F this and F that. As barbers, this is our job. Same as electricians, plumbers, construction workers, etc. We have the booth rent, taxes, personal insurance, car insurance, family, mortgage, food, kids. If you think it's just a haircut and you can do it yourself, then go to Walmart and buy cheap clippers and do it yourself. If you think you look great with the buzz haircut, then good for you. We have invested money to the barber school plus seminars to better and master our talent on cutting hair and make you look good and feel good. That's why we love our job and do what we do with a passion. By the way, just the barber school is $24,000. That's without the seminars. Have a blessed day. Now that pretty much, you know, detailed somewhat of what we have to pay for as barbers. Now, personally, for me, it was 17 grand. I know there's a school in town that's 15 grand. There's multiple different prices you get for different schools, but from the general, I'd say median price for barber school, you're looking at, I want to say between 15 to 20 G's. So these are things that a lot of times clients just don't think that we put in that much work or we've sacrificed that much to charge as much as we do. They don't see the man hours that go on behind the chair. A lot of times it's, oh, you guys just cut hair. But I feel like, you know, as we progress in the barber industry, as we start to expose more in the barber industry, people are beginning to see that it's not just some cake in the walk field. You actually have to have some talent to do this specific career field. Now, another one of the negative comments that I had seen was, F that, that's why I do my son's hair and my own as well. Never spending another $80 for 2 cuts. You'll be doing the most talking about $50 for a cut. Now, like I said, some people don't see the importance of the haircut or the skill level that goes to putting into doing a haircut. So a lot of times you're gonna get comments like this. So majority of the comments on this post were a lot of positivity. I mean, a lot of barbers agreeing, a lot of barbers coming together with a general consensus idea that kids cuts should be the same price, if not more, for the amount of work that you put in. Now, to backtrack, I do agree with what the lady had said, is that she does see more attention and detail put into a adult's cut who charges more. So of course, in my mentality, if I'm charging $40 for an adult haircut, there's gonna be a lot more detail that goes into that haircut than a $25 kid's haircut. I mean, like the saying goes, you are gonna get what you pay for. But there is another comment in here by Culture Shock. So I believe that she's probably a hairstylist by that IG handle. But the comment says there is a market for everyone, whether you're looking for a deal or if you're looking for it to be done with precision. If you want it to be done on a dime, or if you're trying to run it up, there is a market for everyone. Find a person who fits your wallet, but I don't have kid prices. So with her as well, she agrees that she don't have no kid prices. It's just a flat rate across the board, whether you're an adult, teenager, kid, what have you. So with that comment, you know, I have to agree that there is a market for everybody. You just like in the town I am, I had to go find a mechanic a couple weeks ago. there's people that are going to juice you for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Or, I found somebody who could do it for a fraction of the price that Meineke was charging. So there is a market for everybody. It depends on how much you want to invest in yourself and invest in your image and invest in your haircut. You can go to Great Clips and get a $7 haircut for your kid and yourself and spend $14 for both those haircuts. Overall, $28 every 2 weeks for 4 haircuts. So it depends on what you want to look like. It depends on how much precision and detail do you actually want in your haircut. Not to take away from franchise shops, but franchise shops are more so going to give you a quick haircut that is in a certain time frame, because I've heard from people before that they do have an actual time frame on when they need to get these haircuts done. So this post just kind of just went haywire with the comments and everything. But like I said, it was amazing to see the barber industry come together and actually, side with each other. A lot of times in this career field, there's a lot of pride, there's a lot of competition. But when I seen on this post, there's a lot of unity within the barber and stylist community. So that's what's up. But another one of these clients another one of these commenters had put, I'll go out, spend $400 on a night, but won't pay your kid's haircut when it's 25 to 30. So this is just another thing right here. It depends on what you want to spend your money on. You can't go bashing the barber industry for putting their prices up, because that's just what's going to happen in 20 years. I really don't understand how people think that you're not going to raise prices within that time frame. Inflation, like I said, is you have to raise the prices with inflation. This is one of the biggest things when a certain president wanted to raise all of the minimum wage. When you raise the minimum wage across the board, you have to inflate everything. That's just how it works. And that's, but we won't get into politics and economics, but overall, general consensus, people were digging the video. Thank you. I'm using this video as reference for when people ask why I prefer not to cut kids. Now, before we end this video, I did want to go and read some of the responses to the client. I'm sorry, I keep saying the client. To the commenter who put F that. That's why I do my son in my own hair. I'm not going to spend $80 for 2 haircuts. So somebody in the comment section did say, you realize the market inflates, so the service does as well. And then another person put, and that's your choice. It's also our choice to charge what we deem is appropriate for us. I charge $60. It's my talent, time, technique, and rarely do children's cuts anymore for the sake reason of this video shows. And then another person commented, the point in raising prices is to keep up with inflation and to weed people who don't want to pay for it. If you don't go back because of price increase, the barber did his job. So they're just chiming in and saying that, with inflating prices, you're kind of trying to push out some clients that you don't want. You were trying to get another client base that will pay more for their haircut. So like the person that commented earlier, there's a market for everybody. So a lot of times, people just got to chime in and, spew hateful comments and this and that. But that's just what comes with the industry that we're in. Just like any industry, I find that in any industry, people are going to talk crap about whatever they can. People are going to talk crap about the restaurant they went to that got horrible service. That one time they got horrible service out of the 100 times they went to that restaurant, they're going to chime in on that one specific thing. Just as human nature to complain. But I just thought it was interesting how this whole post, panned out, and how all these comments spewed in, just the different perspectives of people who are not barbers and people who are barbers or stylists. But I hope you enjoyed this video. And to close it off, in my opinion, I do totally agree that there should not be a kid's price or a men's price, for the simple fact being, the lady said in the video, I pay $25 for a kid's cut and there's not as much detail put into a $40 cut. So with that, you keep the base price what it is, and you put the same amount of work and detail into every haircut that you do, and try to put out the best possible work that you could do. If you get a kid that you don't see is going to fit into your client list, or they're just a little bit, more energetic than some kids, then you have to just respectfully decline, cutting that specific client. A lot of times people will just be like, nah, I can't cut kids, I can't do that. But I mean, we've all started somewhere, and we've all started at the very beginning, cutting everybody and anybody we could. But as we grow in this career field, we begin to be able to choose and pick what type of clients we want. When I first started, I was doing $10 specials on Monday and Tuesday, cutting kids all day Monday and Tuesday for $10 a haircut. And that was in 2016, so that was not too long ago. So, like I said, we all start somewhere. You just gotta find where you fit in. If you're a client or you're a customer watching this, you gotta find where you fit in, find where you wanna spend your money, find where you feel that you're getting your best dollar's worth. If you're a newer barber, my suggestion is that you bite the bullet, do whatever haircut you possibly can, live in the shop, cut kids, teenagers, toddlers, elderly, adults, it don't matter. Cut whoever you can. Start your base price, whatever the shop is running, or you run special like I was doing, $10 Tuesday, Monday for kids. But as you grow in this career field, like you do in any career field, you progress, you get promoted, you're able to choose what type of work you want to go into. You're able to choose what type of prices you want to put out there. You're able to choose the type of clients you want to be in your books. So it all comes with time. It all comes with paying your dues. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. You guys let me know in the comment section, do you think that kids' prices should be more? Should they be less? Should they be equal to? And share some of your kids' cutting stories down in the comment section. But once again, I appreciate everybody for watching this video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button. Until next time, God bless.